Hi, everyone. Hi, Facebook. This is my life story. This is part five. If you have not started with part one, please go and look for my part one, two, three, and four so that everything that I say in part five makes sense. This is my truth. I will only say first names, no last names. I will not defame anyone's character. It's my content on my truth, my life story. So in part four, we left off where my ex husband, I knew in my mind, flattened my tires again. Let all the air out of my tires while I'm trying to take the kids to school. So at this point, when I walked back home from taking the kids to school, I said, you know what? I'm going to walk to the rental office and I'm going to go ahead and take her up on the property manager, take her up on putting a ban from him coming to the property. And I went in there and she was like, hey, Bridget, what's up? I said, I'm just tired of getting my tires flat. She was like, he's doing it again. I said, yeah. I said, for some way, somehow, he's following me. I don't know, but whatever it is, I gave him a free life. She was like, girl, a man can't take when you leave him, girl. They cannot take it, girl. If anything, they want to leave you. But when you leave them, they can't take it. I said, yeah, but I'm sick of this. Can I take you up on the ban? She said, I'm going to do it right now. Get down to Prince George's County Police and put a ban where he cannot come over here anymore. I said, well, thank you. I said, if he wants to come get my son, he's just going to have to pick him up from the babysitter. Because I just can't deal with this anymore. And I want to go on with my life. She's like, and you have a right to, girl. And I know it's that. I said, yes, because it's embarrassing. It really is embarrassing. But I said, if he do it one more time, I am going to press charges. Because I do have I say I do have a friend that do have a video of showing him do that. So that's why I'm not making this up. She said, yeah, girl, do what you got to do. I said, thank you so much for looking out for me. I really do. And I hate all of this is coming to your property. I really do. She was like, no, honey, I understand. That's what I'm here for. I really understand. So I left, and AAA was finished putting the air in my tires. I went back in the house, and I stood on my balcony, and I looked out my balcony, and guess what I see? Okay, when you come towards Deerfield Run in Laurel, Maryland, you have Deerfield Run Apartments, and it's across the street from another complex. I forgot the name of it, but they're like right in front of each other. You can literally cross the street and go to one complex, come back over, and their parking lot is in the front just as well as our parking lot. Like when you come in, they're both in the front. But my parking spaces to where I was in front of my building. But I can clearly see I'm like literally near the front. I may be only maybe two buildings from the rental office. And I can clearly see my ex husband's car in that parking lot. And I'm looking like I see a head, somebody's head in there. So I'm looking like I know that's his car, so I can see him in it. So that means you mean to tell me he watching this the whole time, sitting in that parking lot. Cause see, people are at work now. Kids are at school. I didn't work until the evening. I work second shift, so I'm home during the day until the kids get out of school. But he's sitting over in there. I can literally see him sitting over in the parking lot, looking over into my complex. That means he's seen me walk to the school, walk back. He's seen me walk into the rental office, and he's seen me with AAA getting the air put back in my tires. I took a picture of it, and I ripped it up now. It's gone. But I took a picture of it because I was going to go and show Andre, my friend, what I seen and see if that picture matches who he said was on that video when my tires were flat at his place. And yes, Lord behold, it was. So I said, you know what? We're gonna keep this evidence. Andre said, look, I'm gonna keep this evidence. If he do it again, I'm gonna get him locked up. Because he's still this is PG County. He doing it in PG County. And I have ranks I can do whatever. And I said, yeah. I said, well, yeah, I'll let you know. Because Andre now, even though we seeing each other, he still was my friend. But of course, I'm into Greg. I did not tell Greg anything about that because I'm like, this is a detective. He really, I wasn't trying to see my son father get locked up. I really wasn't. I'm just trying to move on with my life. That's it. and we co-parent. That's it. Well, anyway, I think it was this particular day I went out with Greg. It was the weekend. And I guess Tim decided to bring back Cedric early on a Saturday. He's supposed to have him like for come and get him on Friday, have him all day Saturday, bring him back on Sunday. But I guess he had to do something, but he ain't call me. He just decided he gonna bring Cedric back early on his own. And of course, I'm maintaining company, which is Greg in my place, and we having a great time. And I hear the door knock. And I was like, "Who was that?" He was like, "I don't know." So I go to the door, and I'm like, "Oh, it's my son's father." He's like, "Oh, okay." I said, "He must be back." I said, "He ain't supposed to come back till tomorrow." I said, "Well, let me try to get my son." He's like, "All right, do what you gotta do." He was just sitting on the couch. So of course, I don't allow Tim to come in my house. I left, you not coming in. We do everything from the door. So I open the door and he's like, "Look, I know I ain't call you, but I need to drop stay off. I got something I gotta do." And I was like, "Okay, no problem. What I'm gonna say, no, this is where he live at." So I said, "Come on in, said I'm gonna get you ready for a bath or whatever." And of course the door is wide open so Cedric can come in, and I'm standing to the side. And of course, Greg is looking because he can look right down the hall from where the couch is at. And of course I know Tim is looking. He clearly see him sitting there. And he was about to say something. I said, "Oh, I have company." And he's like, "Oh, okay." Like that. And I guess when he went outside, I'm assuming, because I'm about to tell you why I'm assuming. I'm assuming when he dropped Cedric off and he went back outside, he could see my car and he could see the detective car sitting, my car and his car sitting side by side. So I think he picked up on it that that's a police officer. So I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened, but at that point, I started like schooling Greg on what I kind of been through when we would go out dating. So he understand like where I'm coming from, why I'm single, why I have kids, why I'm a single mother, stuff like that. And he understood. So by then I was comfortable enough to start telling him about what was happening. And he didn't do anything about if he did anything about it, he didn't tell me. But for some reason, my son's father became the nicest man on earth. Out of all this stuff, he stopped doing all that flattening my tires. He started coming to get my son on time. He started bringing him back on time. I don't know what happened, but I know it wasn't me. It was like weird. I was like, hmm, this is weird. I ain't used to none of this. And something went in my head and said, I think Greg says, I don't know, because Tim has never discussed that. But I really do believe either something happened or either Tim saw something, he just left me alone doing all that. So anyway, it was the most wonderful time I had ever. I was like, thank God this man has left me the hell alone. So after that, my journey started. So as we know, I have a friend that is the police officer in Glenard, Maryland, named Andre. And I also have a man that I'm really, really interested in, which is Greg. There's a detective from Prince George's County as well. Now here comes where the story goes. And it's a beautiful story, but it took its tolls and it can be very, very frustrating. But I knew exactly what I was doing. No one was aware of what I was doing, but it ended up very, very, how can I put it? Ah, painful, hurtful, crying. We'll get to that point anyway. I don't want to mess this video up and go back too deep. But anyway, let's see how much time do I have on this one, on this video. Okay, So one day, I love my Yahoo Messenger. I love it. I love my Yahoo Messenger, but I went to Yahoo Messenger this time and I got a message because I felt like I'm still single. I'm not in no relationship with Andre or Greg. Me and Greg are just seeing each other, and Andre is my friend. I see him when I'm ready to see him. But I went to the messenger and I seen another message, and I was like, ooh. I was like, you know what? I like this. And we were just like chatting, no video message, no seeing each other, nothing, just chatting. And we knew that we could not do video chat until we were ready because you only get that one free time. And I was chatting with Thomas. And when I was chatting with Thomas, we became like the best of friends of just chatting. It's like when I come home, I get on and we just chat. We're going to little chat rooms and stuff and we'll just chat. And I loved it. And on top of that, he was a Cowboys fan and I was a Redskin fan, so that made it cool. And we just go back and forth at it or whatever. Until this one particular time, he decided, hey, hey, Bridget, he used to call me B. He's like, hey, B, I'm really, really feeling you. And I was like, yeah, you cool, you know. He's like, well, you want to do the little video chat thing? And I was like, I don't know because I'm seeing somebody. And he was like, nah, not like that. It ain't gotta be like that. We friends just chatting. Why we can't just be friends and whatever. You live in Maryland, I live in Maryland. Ain't nothing wrong with being friends. I said, you know what? It's nothing wrong with being friends. I can have male friends. Who said I can't have male friends? Where did that come from? And I'm like, I'm single. I don't owe nobody no explanation on what I do, right? I'm just keeping it real. So we did a little chatting, and he was like, look, take my phone number, call me. And I called him. He was cool. I was like, hey, so it was weird because I was like, hey, Thomas. He's like, hey, Bridget. And I was like, yeah, this is cool. He said, well, we ain't got to do all that no more. We ain't got to chat on Yahoo no more. We can just talk on the phone. I was like, yeah. So he was like, you gonna let me take you out? I was like, well, I gotta wait until I get some free time when my kids go with their fathers. Maybe a Saturday. He said, all right, well, let me know what you're gonna be doing this Saturday. I said, okay. And it worked out. He took me to a nice little bar. It was nice. And we watched some of the football games. Our football games wasn't on, but we watched and we talked and chat. And I was looking at him like, oh my God, man, it's been kind of a long time. And I do need my back broken. So anyway, you all can imagine what happened then. And I had a wonderful time. And since then, we became very good friends. And part six, I'll tell you how we became good friends. Okay. And it's going to be a little clause in it. You're going to be like, what? So I'm going to end this video and I'm going to start with part six. Again, I don't know how long Facebook will allow me to do videos. I know it's limited. So I'll see you guys in part six. Bye.